Hi everybody, I'm Giancarlo Caltabiano. Felicia couldn't be here today, but she will be back next time. Welcome to another preview video for Bored to Death. This one for a little social game called Triggers, which has a lot of meat on it. Check it out. Triggers is the social game of hot questions and guessing how your friends will answer them. You'll shuffle the black question cards and the white privilege cards into separate decks. Each player will receive one privilege card along with a yes and no card easily identified by the red backs. The person with the next upcoming birthday goes first. They'll draw a card from the question deck and read it out loud. The other players will choose to either respond yes or no by placing a card face down. The reader will now make an estimated guess on whether there are more yeses, more nos, or if it is evenly tied if player count allows for that. The players will flip their answer cards, and if the reader guessed it right, he keeps the question card as a point. If not, he'll draw a privilege card as a consolation prize. These cards can be played at the designated times to produce an effect, like changing a question, nullifying a privilege card by checking your privilege, or even getting an ego boost when things get a little too serious. When a player has reached the chosen number of points at the beginning of the game, they'll win. As I go to final thought, we think it best to show some of the questions you might face. Do you believe 9/11 was an inside job? Should prostitution be legalized? Is it okay to punch a Nazi? And more current controversial topics in today's age, especially surrounding social media. And what Triggers does extremely well is open up discussion and debates on these issues on a personal basis, away from the computer and strangers, where these questions are debated in a non-productive way most of the time. This is to say that you can also remove the questions you don't like or think they are too hot to handle and leave less controversial ones like, do you believe in ghosts? So you do have lots of ways to tailor the game. Our group wasn't too keen on the white privilege cards. As for us, the debate and discussion and different perspective of our friends was what was important to us than the game side of Triggers. So they felt a little injected to make this a game. That said, they are extremely useful to remove the edge of the seriousness that might arise from these questions. Which brings us to a very undeniable con, and that is that this game will certainly not be for everyone. If you're absolute in your ideologies, be it religious, political, or social, and do not like to be challenged on them, this game is not for you. But it is the best game so far that if you're like me, you love talking about the taboo topics and discussing them to get a sense of everyone's perspective. And it doesn't do this in a flippant way. We ended up discussing each question with an in-depth analysis. And it's really amazing to see how your friends, even those you've known for a long time, might answer some of the questions. The game is small and portable, so you can bring it anywhere, and replay value is definitely there as you play the game with different groups of friends. Again, though, make sure this group of friends are open to these types of discussion. I think maybe some artwork would have been needed to complement the privilege cards in terms of making the game feel more like a game rather than a cocktail social game, and maybe draw in more of an audience. But it's not a big con, so only a half a point. In the end, if you always wanted to discuss some of today's controversial topics without being harassed by strangers online, Triggers is the way to go. Glad a game came out there that can be used as a tool to answer and maybe learn a different perspective from tough questions. Triggers plays from 3 to 10, but there is a 2-player variant, so do check it out on the Kickstarter. From us, it gets a 7.5 out of 10. And as always, if you like it, back it. Subscribe now to our channel to stay in the loop. If you like our work, help us continue by sharing the channel to your gaming group. Thanks for watching and happy gaming.